All right. Joining us now, the Comcast Business Highlight does a great job with all things football and Eagles. You hear him on our pregame show. He is fantastic with B. West and Devon. You don't want to miss it. He is the Insider D. Gunn on the Comcast Business Highlight. D. Gunn.
Good morning, man. How you doing today?
All right. Let's get to it.
I like the tone in your voice.
Well, listen, D-Gun, I'm trying to get a better attitude. All right?
Bad things happen in Philadelphia. Bad things.
I'm miserable at all the sports, right? I hate everybody, and I'm like, I need an attitude adjustment.
There you go.
So
now you're listening.
I'm trying to have a better attitude. I got one problem.
Uh-oh.
Now, it wasn't like I was wrong last week and worried about this team.
No.
What do you got for me for Sunday? What are you feeling? Because the next two after this one, they got no shot.
You know what? I'm not going to say no shot. For some reason,
I will.
I think they might play Pittsburgh tougher than you think. They might play Pittsburgh tougher than you think. I'm not saying they're going to win. But this week, you asked me about this week.
Yes, sir.
Here's the way I look at it, Anthony. The 49ers, believe it or not, are in worse shape physically than the Eagles are.
Yes, they are.
Now, they went west to east with no quarterback, top two running backs gone, 4 of their 5 top defensive linemen gone, the number 1 center gone, 2 wide receivers, number 4 and 5 receivers gone. They're across the board. They're a mess right now. But here's the difference between drafting well and not drafting well. Because that team went into New York, even though the Giants, I think, right now are the equivalent of the Eagles until further notice, and they smashed that team. With all these backups, they smashed them. The Giants didn't even get in the red zone one time. They held the Giants to like 51 yards and only 2 first downs the entire second half. I mean, it's ridiculous. So I think the Eagles are in trouble. I think they're in big trouble, especially without Goddard. No Avonte Maddox. Deshaun Jackson is 50-50 right now.
Yeah, I want to ask you about Deshaun. What are you thinking?
Yeah. You know what? From what I've been told, it is day-to-day. It's that type of nagging hamstring thing. Yeah. It's day-to-day. And you know how that is, man. You can feel like Superman one day, and you stretch that thing the wrong way.
He worries me, man, because, listen, that age, speed guy, that's where the tires start to blow, and, that's him. Like, you need him. Yeah. There's not one guy on the field right now, at least from a wideout standpoint, that can make a play for Wentz.
I think Greg Ward can. They don't give him enough looks. I think Greg Ward can. Every time he catches a pass is a first down. I call him first down Greg. But that's not saying a whole lot when you look at the whole collection.
I was kind of meaning like a DK Metcalf play, not a.
Well, okay.
I mean,
right. You said a play. You said a play. So
come on, D-Con. I mean, really, I should have to be.
Anthony, they don't throw the deep ball as it is. What do you want?
Don't you think that's a problem?
Yes, it's a major problem. But what are you going to do? I mean,
what's that answer? What am I going to do?
Well, you know what? Looking at this offense, what we've seen for the last 3 weeks, I don't know what this is and what it isn't.
Yeah.
Your head coach, I tell you what, Doug is sending signals that I'm not used to seeing Doug send right now. Doug is not covering for these guys like he used to. I mean, he came out and said, Jason Peters, fatigue. Miles Sanders, fatigue. Carson, must got to make the better decisions. Doug would normally deflect those things. I think Doug's reached his point. He knows this is a critical juncture for Doug right now.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. What is your feeling about Doug, by the way?
Doug is on the hot seat. Doug, for the life of me, his decision making is driving me nuts. And if I was the head coach, there is no way I would have come out in the general public on Monday and said, you know what, I'm second guessing myself. Maybe we should have gone for a 4th and 12. We all know you should have given it a shot, but you don't publicly say that in Philadelphia. Are you serious?
Yeah.
There's no way I would have admitted that. I would have said, we looked at the tape and we felt it was the best decision possible at that time and left it at that.
Hey, what do you make of Foles talking about Frank Reich as the guy who unlocked all his goodness?
When you look at Nick Foles' career across the board, everywhere he's gone, who did he play his best football under? Frank Reich.
Yeah.
And you know what? You have those quarterback whisperers, those quarterback gurus that have that ability to bring out something extra. You look at Frank Reich's resume before he got to Philadelphia. You know, look at what he's doing now, even with Phillip Rivers, and when he had Andrew Luck briefly before Andrew Luck called it a career.
Yeah.
You know, just Frank Reich has that ability. And you know, when Nick said that, and I've talked to Nick about that before, so I was not surprised to hear him say that. You know, and you can tell since Frank has left Philadelphia, look at what has happened with the quarterback play here. In a lot of ways, the inconsistencies, the decision making, you know, and now it's like unraveling in 2020 in terms of what Carson is and what Carson isn't.
Do you believe that Carson still has ability?
I do.
Is he a franchise quarterback?
You want to put the F word on it. Based on what we're seeing now, I would say Carson is, in terms of overall athleticism, is a little better than above average, but he's nowhere near that guy in 2017 who was vying for MVP honors. And for the life of me, I can't pinpoint it. I do think there are times he's trying to do too much. You look at the 6 interceptions he's thrown in 3 games, except for maybe one where his arm was hit. He's telegraphing these passes, you know. And
yeah,
that
listen. I mean, you're right on, D. Gunn.
2017.
No, you're right on. Like, you know, he's staring down. You know, he's doing the whole thing, staring down the whole. You know.
And I don't know why he's regressed to that point. I don't know how Doug can't get inside of his head. If I'm Doug Peterson at this point, you know, Doug talked about giving Carson freedom to run the offense. At this stage, it has not worked consistently enough. If I'm Doug, maybe I pull back the reins and control more of the offense in terms of what Carson does until Carson hits that comfort zone. If he does hit a comfort zone in 2020, then you start giving Carson a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more. But right now, through 3 games, giving Carson unlimited access of running this offense is not working. The one thing I do like about Carson is he's starting to roll out and run more. Utilize all that athleticism. Get him out of the pocket. Don't let him be that stationary target between the tackles. Get that man outside. He had, 9 carries for 65 yards.
Yeah, man.
If he has to use his legs as well as his arm, so be it. Anything you can do to keep the chains moving and generate more offense for this team.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I'm so with you on that. You got to figure that out. I guess, you know, the real issue then comes down to, you know, can they somehow reclaim this season? And I'm hoping more than anything, like you. I mean, you know, we both, life is so much better when they're good, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, no question.
I mean, without a doubt. But my instincts say this is a bad year. I mean, I don't see how they can reclaim it because they had a couple things that they can lean on in the past to turn things around. An O-line that was really, really good. This one is not. They had a running game that was really, really good. Now, I love Sanders to death, but beyond Sanders and you got this offensive line, it's not like you can rely strictly on a run game. So I don't know how you do it. You're down a tight end, so now all you got is Ertz. So I don't know. Tell me, you know, do you have anything for me there?
Yeah, if they can hold on, reinforcements are coming. If they can hold on, Rager's coming back, Seumalo's coming back, Galler's coming back. Deshaun's eventually going to get the hamstring right. Alshon is eventually going to test that foot. If they can hold on, you know, look at the way the division is falling out. 7-9 right now might win that division.
See, I think you know what? I hope you're right, and Lord knows I hope you're right, I do worry that the Cowboys are better than that.
You know what? I agree with you. I said it before and people didn't want to hear it. I think talent-wise on both sides of the football, I think Dallas, hands down, is the best team in the division.
Yeah, I do too.
They haven't played like it, though. Okay?
Wow, they also played tough games, too.
Yeah, they did. Well, yeah, they did. But I'm just saying, if the Eagles now we doubted the Eagles. Now, come on, Ant. We doubted the Eagles 2018. We doubted them last year when the wheels were falling off. And all of a sudden, this guy Carson is throwing the guys and when the concession stands, they rally. I don't give up yet. It's too early to give up yet.
I agree. But listen, like the only thing I would disagree, and I love like BG, and I love the byplay between you two, and we're talking to the great D Gunn on the Comcast Business Hotline. Don't forget the pregame show with Devon and B West and the Gun on One podcast, the latest episode with number 5, who will always love you. But I mean, there was a when you lose to Miami. I mean, your eyes tell you to doubt you. You know what I'm saying?
And we doubted them, and what happened?
Yeah,
they turned it around after that.
Yeah.
So I'm saying, don't lose faith. I thought you were a man of faith.
I'm a man of what my eyes tell me. I will not turn my back on them, but I'm not a lemming.
Your eyes, my eyes, told us their season was over when they got embarrassed in Miami. Yeah, and all of a sudden the light switch went on. They turned it around.
I mean, not exactly, stellar competition, brother.
I understand,
come on,
but
man.
We all thought they would.
I can't be just like I'm sorry. I can't be a lemming. You're asking me to just turn off my natural, instincts.
Your natural, let's see, bitterness.
I'm not bitter at all. What are you talking about, bitterness?
Then be a man of faith, Anthony.
No, you're asking me to be a lemming. I'm not a lemming. I've never been a lemming. I'll never be a lemming. All right? That's what you're asking me to be. Listen,
no,
I can root and wish. I wish them well, right? Like you completely mischaracterize. I'm just not a shoe shine guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got to be my own man.
Look, Anthony, I'm with the consensus in Philadelphia. It looks bad right now. It looks extremely bad for this team. And you got Murderer's Row coming up in San Fran, Pittsburgh, and Baltimore back-to-back. Then you have to face, Seattle, Green Bay, New Orleans. Well, right now, New Orleans is not that team we thought they were. I mean, you don't know. Yeah. Health along the way is a big factor in terms of who you're going to face. It looks bad on paper.
Yeah.
But 3 games into the season, I'm not going to utter the words, it's over yet.
Sounds good, brother. Listen, I appreciate your viewpoint. I really do. I do. I appreciate it.
Did I brighten up your day? That's all I wanted to do.
Listen, I like to talk to you, so I always enjoy that.
That's not a yes or no.
Well,
okay.
I mean, listen, I'm trying, man. What do you want from me? Listen, I don't look good in a cheerleader skirt. You know what I mean? When things are real, I'm behind. I'm in. Right? Like I'll pump it up and wave pom poms, but I can't wave pom poms if I don't believe them. That's all.
No, I don't want you to do that. I'm just saying, don't close the door completely yet.
No, listen. I mean, I'm rooting like hell because our whole fall and winter's happiness lies on this.
Yes. Now, in a few weeks from now, if they're 0-5-1, I will be the first one to say on your show, Anthony, close the door. Close the door.
Yeah, I don't want you to, I'm not rooting for that, so,
No, I know, but I'm just saying that's very realistic.
Yeah.
And at that point, I'm saying, Anthony, close the door. That's it. Close the door.
Yeah. All right. Well, hopefully you're not saying that. That's the best I can say.
Hey, man, and don't forget, tell everybody, as you did, listen to D Gunn, the podcast, Gun on One. I don't know if you had a chance to listen to it, but Donovan McNabb, people love him or they love to hate him. Very insightful.
Very insightful. In fact, I did. Very insightful, and he opened up to you.
Yeah, he did. And that's hard to get him to do.
Yeah, I thought he let his guard down. He came across, I'm going to say this, and this is a big compliment to you. He came across really likable. I went, wow, man. That's all right. Like, I get it.
And that's why, it's a Donovan McNabb that we were not accustomed to hearing.
Yes.
Usually he puts up that facade
Right.
to deflect criticism.
Yeah.
But you're right. This time he just said, you know what? I'm going to tell it like it is. What do I have to lose?
Yeah, I appreciate that. And everybody should listen to it. The Gun on One podcast. D-Gun, we love you, buddy.
All right, my man. Have a great weekend. I hope the results are more to everybody's liking. Keep your fingers crossed, and let's see what happens Sunday night.
Sounds good, baby. Sounds good. Derrick Gunn on the Comcast Business Hotline.
Anthony Gargano, weekdays from 10 to 2